Today I have another friend request. She say, my husband love risotto with sausage. Can you do that? Dear friend, I show you how. In this video I will explain all the key steps to prepare risotto. And if you like pasta recipe, have a look to my playlist. You will find more delicious recipe. My name is Stefano, welcome to today's episode. Don't forget to support this channel by subscribing, like or sharing. Yesterday I went to the supermarket and not being able to find any good sausage, I said to myself, why not make it from scratch? And here we are with pork loin and pork belly. Let's say 60 and 40% proportion to have a good mix of meat and fat. I left them in the freezer for 1 hour in order for the meat to harden. Not having a meat grinder at home, I tried to replicate the texture of the sausage by cutting the meat into cubes in this way. Mix well and put it back in the freezer for 30 more minutes. Half an hour later, with the help of a blender, blend the meat by pulsing for 2-3 seconds each time. With my blender I prefer to do it with a little mix at a time. Repeat this step with all the meat. Once done, beat it with a knife until you get a texture similar to this. At this point we can season the sausage. For every kilo of meat, add 20 to 24 grams of sea salt, a gram of pepper and, if desired, some spices. Here I have some white wine that I infuse in the fridge together with crushed garlic. Let's add 1, 2, let's put it all. Mix well, place it back into the tray and then in the fridge, without covering to marinate overnight. This guy smells good already. The next morning we wake up early to prepare a nice chicken broth, which is the foundation for a good risotto. Cut a chicken carcass in half, being careful not to break your fiancé office scissor. Wash it well and place it in a large pot. Repeat the same operation with the chicken leg. Cut celery, carrots, onion and all the good stuff you can use to make a solid and tasty stock. Pour cold water and put it on the stove and let it simmer for 3-4 hours, degreasing it from time to time. After 4 hours of simmering, strain the broth and clean the mess as you go. Let's have a look to the ingredients of the risotto. Carnaroli rice, 70 grams per person. This rice cooks in 14 minutes. Cooking time is indicated in the package. Onion, spring onion, Parmigiano Reggiano. Start by cutting the spring onion and chop the onion. Grate Parmesan cheese very finely, it has to be like a powder. Prepare our sausage that after a night uncovered in the fridge will be a bit dry. Shape the sausage, cut into small pieces and form small balls. In your favorite non-stick pan, pour a spoonful of extra virgin olive oil. Heat it up and add the spring onion. Season with sea salt and pepper. Cook gently on both sides. Keep it a little bit hard in the center. Remove and place it in a tray. In the same favorite pan, place our sausage and brown them only one side. Pour in a couple of good glasses of your fiancé favorite red wine and let it cook over low heat for 6 to 7 minutes. This means that we are ready to start risotto. In a saucepan, add a knot of butter and melt a tablespoon of chopped onion and let it sweat for a few minutes over low heat. At this point, we face the first of the 3 fundamental steps for risotto: tostare, or toasting in English. The rice is cooked over moderate heat for 3 minutes or until the grain becomes translucent. This step is very important because if you execute it well, will help the rice to eventually release more starch, which will give the classic creaminess of risotto, without having to add large quantities of butter. I like to add salt and pepper at this point. After toasting, add half glass of white wine and let evaporate. Now we see the second important step, which is slow cooking. Risotto will have to simmer, adding the liquid a little at a time, waiting for the stock to be absorbed before pouring some more. During cooking, stir continuously to obtain a greater creaminess. In the meantime, let's check if the sausage is still there. The third and last key step is called mantecare, which means creaming or whipping. When we reach the end of the cooking time, check that the risotto is al dente. This means the grain still has a bit of bite and is not overcooked. Turn off the heat and add cold butter first, then Parmesan cheese, and stir all the time to create creaminess. We call this risotto all'onda. Cover and rest a couple of minutes and it will be ready to serve. Risotto is a preparation that adapts to any ingredients. In Italy we use it to combine fresh vegetables according to the season. Goes great with seafood, any kind of cheeses or meat. Thank you for following to the end. I hope the content of this video is of value for you. If so, consider subscribe and hit the like button.